Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So for today I'm going to be doing a mukbang eating show video. I do have a special little guest, which is Gabriel. He's just going to be playing in the background. I actually have a laptop on for him to kind of hopefully distract him while I film this video. So if you guys do hear some noise in the background, it's obviously either him or he loves watching muscle cars, so we just put those on for him and he likes looking at them and listening to the sounds. So today we got Popeyes. I believe me and Michael both got the same order. So I got the crispy sandwich, fries, apple pie. Their apple pies are amazing, and a root beer. Ooh. So I'll just lay it all out. That's the sandwich. I got some fries. And apple pie we'll have later. But actually, I think what I want to do is open this. And kind of, let's use this as our plate, I guess. So, yeah. So this is the sandwich. So you guys know it. It's got like some pickles, chicken, mayo. I get the normal classic mayo. And fries. So I'm just gonna dig right in because I'm really hungry. Hopefully I don't dirty anything. I'm gonna put some ketchup. Or actually, let's put ketchup here. Their fries are the best. So let me know in the comments what you guys usually get from Popeyes, and let me know what you prefer. Do you like Popeyes better or KFC? Gabriel, what are you doing? Okay. So, what I wanted to talk about today is here. So, let me know in the comments if there's been a time in your life where you thought that well, that didn't really end up how I expected it to be. Root beer. So, let me know in the comments if there's been a time in your life where you felt like you wanted to do something, but in that moment you were scared and that thing felt so much bigger than it probably was, and you felt like you couldn't do it. Yeah. You felt like you couldn't do it, but then you actually did. What was it? And how did you get over that initial fear? And how did you feel after? Did you feel proud of yourself? Did you feel like you could do it again? Did it help you to be more brave in the future? So, for me, for those of you who don't know, I sometimes struggle with anxiety. If you have anxiety, you know, but if you don't, people who struggle with anxiety often, just like everyday, ordinary things seem so much bigger to us. I'm not sure what he's saying. So, for me, the story that I wanted to share with you guys was when I first went to go see Michael in the US. I initially felt like it was the biggest thing that I was ever gonna do. And it honestly felt so scary to me, especially because I had to do it. Especially because I had to do it on my own. So, because I live in Canada and he was in the US at the time, I knew that I had to go see him, but I had to do it by myself. And I've never traveled anywhere by myself. I'm actually the type of person that I don't really like going anywhere alone. I know that sounds weird, but it's just part of my anxiety, I guess. So, what are you doing? driving was not an option. It was way too far. Sorry, guys. So, as I was saying, I knew that I had to fly to him because driving was just not an option. He was not living in a state where it was close to the border where we could drive. So, I mean, you could drive, but it was like a 2-3 day trip, and that's not something that I wanted to do on my own. I knew that I had to just face my fears and go ahead, take that leap of faith and do it by myself. So, knowing that I'm not the type of person that I don't like going anywhere alone, I prefer to always go with somebody, and I know that's really, really bad behavior. Like, that's a really bad habit that I got myself into when I was a teenager. So by no means am I saying that that is a good thing. Just thinking about the fact that I had to get on a plane by myself and figure out the airport by myself. I know to some people it's probably like not a big deal, but to me it was huge. This was a massive life decision in my opinion. So the fact that I had to go to the airport by myself, not only figure out my airport, but then the airport when I got to him, so that in itself seemed like it was going to be an impossible journey. And I told him that. I told him that so many times over the phone and how scared I was. And he just kept encouraging me and supporting me every time. He was just like, you know, I understand your fears, but you just gotta go ahead and face that fear head on, because that fear is what is keeping you from your destiny and keeping you from something that will be good for you and that belongs to you and something that will bring you happiness. Which he was right, because if I didn't take that leap of faith and I didn't go and I didn't get on that plane, then I wouldn't have gone to see him. And then who knows how our life would have played out after that. I know that for some people, traveling alone is no big deal. You probably do it often. But for me, it was really scary. I was just afraid of getting lost or not making it on the plane on time, or like losing my luggage, or just like I had some really irrational fears of ending up somewhere completely different. When you're scared, your mind goes in all directions. But I was in for a surprise. I was in for a bigger surprise, and I feel like God used this to really show me that to not allow fear to control my life, and to show me that I can do it if I just trust in him and I just keep pushing forward. Because when Michael and I were looking at flights, I don't know what was going on or if it was the destinations between each other, but there was no direct flights. Like, there was no just one way. All the flights to him had layovers. And I've never, my entire life, I've never had to stop anywhere and get on another plane. So that heightened my fear like by 100. And even people that I spoke to, they were like, "Are you okay with doing that? Have you ever done that before?" And I had no idea how to do it. I didn't know what it meant to get off one plane and then, you know, in a completely different place in the world, and then get on another plane. I was like, how do you do that? Where's your luggage? Do I go get my luggage again and like recheck in? It was a whole new experience for me. So what I did was I went on YouTube and I searched videos of people that vlogged experiences like that where they had layovers. So they vlogged. What I did was I put in the airport that I was going to land at. So I put his airport, which at the time he was in South Carolina. So I put Charleston Airport, and people vlog their experiences of having like layovers and then getting there and what those experiences were like. And when we booked the flight, I knew that I was going to stop first in Dallas, Texas. So what I did was I searched videos of that airport and what that looked like, and kind of got accustomed to what it looked like very briefly from the people's videos. So I kind of had like a general idea of what it looked like or what to expect or like where things were just based off of vlogs. So I feel like that was very helpful. So I suggest doing that. If you're scared of something like that, if you're flying by yourself for the first time or even the second time and you're scared about it, I would suggest looking at people's vlogs of how they did it. And if you can find the specific airport you're going to, even better. Obviously, when I got there, it didn't look exactly how the person vlogged it, but it really did help. So, yeah. I did it. Got to the airport. Got on the flight by myself. Ended up flying first class because there was a mix-up with my seat where this family ended up taking my seat. And I didn't want to give it back because they had like children and they wanted to sit next to their children, and it was, I don't know. It was confusing, but the flight attendants were really nice, and yeah, they let me fly first class. That was fun. And at the time that I did fly, it was like the beginning of you know, what's going on in the world. I almost said it. So if you flew economy, then you couldn't get food. But since I was in first class, I got to eat. So then I landed in Texas, found my way to my next flight. So when you get off one flight, you don't want to have like 20 minutes to get to the next one, to get to the next terminal where you have to get on the next plane. I believe it was just under an hour, which may seem like a lot or it may not, depending on your experiences, but I thought it was enough time. However, you have to add in, you have to add in the time that it takes everyone to get off your first plane. And then I had to find the flight board and find like my number and where it was and all that. Thankfully, there was one right in front of when we got off the plane. But then I had to walk all the way to where the other plane was. I like just barely made it. And I was trying to text Michael while running and was like, I'm going on my next plane. Trying to get there fast. But yeah, I did it. And I'm really proud of myself for doing that. And when I landed, I called my mom and I was so excited. I was like, Mom, I did it. I did it all by myself. It was so awesome. I was like, if I can do it, you can do it. What? But yeah, let me know in the comments if you have a story like that. Or let me know in the comments if you've ever had a similar experience. If you've ever had to fly by yourself and had a layover, what was that like? But yeah, so Michael was in South Carolina at the time, and it was awesome to be there and see what that was like, because I had never been there before. It was really nice, especially his apartment. It's the like the one thing that I wish Canada had. I feel like apartments in the US are designed so much better. Most of them look like resort style, and Canada just has like tall apartment buildings that, I don't know. If you look up pictures of the difference, you'll see what I'm talking about. Or if you live in Canada, you know what I'm talking about. If you've been to the US and Canada, you know what I'm talking about. apple pie. So I used to think that McDonald's had the best apple pies until I tried these. And these are awesome. They have this like cinnamon sugar outside. It's so good. It's filled with apple. I feel like I should have been this close for the whole video. Okay guys, well, I guess that's it for today's video. I'm gonna finish my apple pie and I'm kind of still hungry. But I hope you guys enjoyed. I know the setup is not the greatest. I feel like I need to be like this close to the camera and the food here, but I'll figure it out. You wanna say bye? You wanna say bye? Okay guys, I'll see you in my next video.